How's it going, traders? It is Will with Trader Society, guys. We are back with another live trading stream, guys. This is going to be a good one. So make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Let's get right into it, guys. So the market's going to be opening up in 7 minutes. Let's dive into what I'm currently looking at. So the main stocks that I'm going to be looking at here is going to be BLIN. So in terms of BLIN, let's go to the 1 minute chart. So in terms of time frames, what I like using personally is the daily chart and the 1 minute chart in terms of trading. How's it going, traders? It is Will with Trader Society. So guys, we're going to be doing a live trading session today. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to be recapping a trade that I made yesterday. It was a phenomenal trade, and you're going to learn a lot about buying morning spikes. So make sure you stick around until the end to see how that, plays out. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Let's get right into the live trading stream. Market's going to be opening up here in 5 minutes. So what I'm currently looking at, let's go over ticker symbol BLIN. Had a massive gap up today, BLIN, from 570 all the way to 967. In terms of this play, there is a gap that is waiting to fill at 1223. That would be the key level. That is going to be the main key level at 1223. I'm going to set a price alert at or above 1220 so I get notified when that key level triggers. I'm also going to be setting a price line towards that key level. Okay, so ticker symbol BLIN, that's the key level. That's what I'm going to be looking for. In the meantime, I'm not too interested in touching that one. So let's go over OSAT. OSAT, in terms of this one, there's not too much in terms of the daily chart price action, which is very unfortunate because I like to correlate my trades with the daily chart. So I'm not too interested in this one at the moment. So yeah, that was OSAT. Really not interested in that one. Okay, so in terms of works, ticker symbol WORX. All right, so guys, ticker symbol WORX. We had a massive gap up. Currently, pre-market highs at 465. We have a gap that is waiting to currently fill at 576. So that is what I'm going to be interested in seeing how it reacts towards 576. That's going to be the key level. Same exact setup as ticker symbol BLIN. So we're currently looking for those gaps to be filling. All right, guys, for ticker symbol SGOC, there's a gap that is waiting to fill at $20, looking to see how it reacts towards $20. So we have 3 stocks we're currently looking at, currently waiting to see how they react towards that key gap level. See if it's going to have a reversal once it fills that gap, or is it going to keep on going in the same direction it came from prior to filling that gap. So hopefully we get to see the strategy unfold live. It's going to be a great opportunity if so. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for mainly on those three. Taylor, welcome back to the stream. Sound quality should be good. I might not just be talking at time. Guys, let me know in the chat if everything sounds crystal clear. So what we're currently looking at is going to be, let's see, okay, so if space can turn this previous closing price, $41 we're going to call it, if it could turn that into support, space is going to be a dip buying opportunity. Carmel asked, did I miss MRIN, ticker symbol MRIN? So for this particular one, what you're going to want to look at is, let's check out the key levels. Okay, so looking at the daily chart, yeah, guys, I would avoid MRIN. Let's see how it reacts towards the previous closing price. So guys, we're using previous closing price as key levels for entry and exits for scalp and potential swing trades. So there's a gap that's waiting to fill at $14.45. So we're going to do $14.50 at or below on MRIN. We'll see how it reacts. It's going to fill that gap today. All right, guys. This looks pretty bearish right out the gate. This is going to be a short position on MRIN. Going to see if I can get filled here. Okay, so I have an order out on MRIN. Let's see if I can get filled. This is a short position. Let's see. All right, I'm currently filled on ticker symbol MRIN. I just got short in the 1480s. My price target is going to be $14.26. See how it reacts towards that key level. So guys, what I'm looking for on ticker symbol MRIN. So right at the gate, we have a nice gap up from $14 and let's see, $14.45. So I'm looking to see how it reacts once it fills that gap. So if it turns that key gap level, that 1445, into a support level, the bulls are going to take control. It's going to start to spike. It's going to attempt to push for a new high of day. Now, if it turns it into a resistance level, if it starts cracking through, then the stock is going to start plummeting towards $13 a share, right around that level. So this is going to be a potential macro trade where I kind of ride this out. We'll have to see how it reacts. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to leave MRIN up right here while I'm looking at other opportunities for the day. All right, guys, SPCE currently having a negative reaction from touching that previous closing price. This is not looking good, guys, for bulls. This is another potential short opportunity, or you can look to buy puts. Going to be keeping an eye on SPCE here. Yeah, I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on this, guys. It is not looking good. Let's see. All right, let's see. Gonna try to get filled here. All right, I have an order out for SPCE, a short. Okay, so I'm currently filled. Just got filled 39.60 short SPCE. Gonna be going over why I'm short on that in a second. So guys, in terms of the better short, I'd have to go at SPCE. I think this is going to be a much better short. In terms of put options, you can look into put options as well for this particular one. This should be a good one. Yeah, guys, I think SPCE is going to be a great play today. MRIN, it's a bit choppy. It's going to take time, but SPCE looks great for a short. BLIN looks pretty bearish. I'm not going to be touching though. OSAT is choppy. I'm not going to be touching. WORX. So guys, WORX is looking pretty bullish. The key with this one is if it can turn pre-market highs right here into 465 for WORX, 465, if it could turn that into support, this is going to be a gap fill play. There's a gap that's waiting to fill above at 576. So if it can turn 465 into support, it's going to be heading towards 576. Going to keep an eye on that one. And then once it closes that gap, if you see a rejection, if you see those previous closing prices, those gap fill levels turn into resistance levels, that is when you're going to be a short bias. Just to show you the power of these gap levels, take a look at, this is one example. Take a look at from yesterday, SGOC, guys. Look at SGOC. This is one thing you want to focus on. So in terms of being short biased, in terms of short selling a stock at major resistance levels, in terms of, selling a long position, or in terms of just being short biased, not buying in general, this is one thing you want to write down. So I would take note on this. You want to go back throughout the chart history and look for the gaps that are waiting to be filled. So for example, each one of these candlesticks represents 1 day's worth of price action. So on this right here, the stock price closed at $26.92. The next day, you could see it opened up much lower than it previously closed. Stock had a massive gap down. It opened up at $20.88. So since the stock opened up lower than it had previously closed, that means it had a massive gap down. And if you go back to the previous day, take the closing price, $26.92, this red line, that means there's a gap to fill at $26.92. So the point I'm trying to make is when you see these stocks climb back up and fill and close these massive gaps, this empty space waiting to fill, if they act as a resistance level, they're going to be phenomenal short selling opportunities because it's a classic gap close reversal. It closes the gap, has a reversal, and then it starts to climb back down, filling the gaps that it had waiting to fill below. But yeah, if you look, that key level I told you towards $27 waiting for the gap to fill, if you look, once that turned into a resistance level, it was nothing but downhill for SGOC. So those are key levels you want to pay attention to, guys. As for SPCE, the short seems to be working out fairly good. I'm going to be holding this towards the end of the day. MRIN is not going my way. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. If it's not going my way, then I'm going to have to get out. So for this one, max risk is going to be towards 1650 on that one. Fortunately, got squeezed. But SPC is working out phenomenal. And if you got put options on those, the puts are going to be printing today. But yeah, guys, let me know in the chat if you're looking at anything, if you want me to review any stocks for day trades, for swing trades. Let me know what you're looking at. I'll gladly take a look at those as well. All right, guys, I'm going to have to pull the plug on MRIN. Unfortunately, MRIN did not work out. Let's see if I can get filled. Okay, I'm going to have to enable that configuration so it's easier. Okay, so yeah, I'm completely, I just covered on MRIN. Let me cancel that buy order. Okay, so guys, I'm out on MRIN. Unfortunately, it did not float my way. But as for SPCE is looking phenomenal. Gonna try to hold this one out. As for MRN, the bulls have taken complete control. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I think MRN it's gonna come climbing back down. I'm not gonna be touching it, but it's at a key level. It's at a key level right now, 1750. You know, this went from 1750 all the way to 1380 yesterday. It's currently topping out towards that level. I'm not gonna be touching it though. I'm just gonna be avoiding that one. Not gonna try to take a second stab at it for today. As for SPCE, so guys, this is what I wanted to go over. SPCE, check this out. You have a massive gap up on space, SPCE, from $40.26 all the way to a high of $57.51. Now watch what happens. It quickly closes that gap. So when you see that key level, hit, if it turns into support, there's huge upside potential. It could run to the 50s to 55s. However, if it turns into a resistance level, which it did, as you could see in the morning, it turned into a resistance level, right? Huge downside potential, especially when you have this negative. Just look at this. Okay, so put this into perspective. In terms of history repeating itself, right? Look at this candle. The price action is there, the momentum is there, and now it's trading at that key level. So what I'm trying to tell you is this big red bar is basically on track to repeat itself. And if you look at this red bar on today, it's only like 1/4 of what it was yesterday. So there's just so much downside potential. Yesterday, this went from $51 all the way to $41. It dropped 10 points. As of now, it's fallen 3 points from the highs. So we still have another 6 to 7 points to give, guys. This is what you want to be trading at. You want to be trading at the key levels. Look for stocks with huge upside potential and huge downside potential. Like I did on NEGG, I encourage you to watch my latest YouTube video on NEGG. We talked about the key level and how I'm short at 49 holding my swing. I covered yesterday at $39, ended up holding over the weekend. But in terms of, NEGG, it's basically the same setup as SPCE, except SPCE is at a key gap level, minor difference. But those gap levels are fairly special and much better in my opinion. But this is another one, at NEGG, key support level from 46 all the way to 79, huge upside potential. So when you see a support level with huge upside potential turn into a resistance level, it's going to have huge downside potential, right? The inverse is going to happen. You see this massive spike, flip that around, and then it's going to start crashing. That's exactly what happened once it turned that key level of $47 into resistance level. Stock dropped 11 points. So yeah, that's what you're seeing happen with SPCE, guys. These puts are going to absolutely imprint. This is it, man. In terms of options, this is what you want when you're trading options. You want momentum. If you're getting naked calls, naked puts, you want momentum. You want to stay in, ride the momentum, and then get out once it starts, consolidating, shopping up. That's when your contracts are going to get hurt, even if you're right within the direction. But this is exactly what you want to see, guys. This is why I focus on the most volatile stocks within the market. And in terms of, SPCE, guys, just to show you, so I took off pre-market trading just to show you. Stock had a gap down, turn that gap level into a key resistance level. It's a gap close reversal. The stock gaps down, climbs back up, closes the gap, it fills the gap, turns it into resistance level. Then it has a reversal and it starts crashing. So it had a gap close reversal today. And not only was it a gap close reversal on the intraday chart, you have to put the daily chart into perspective. Yesterday, this dropped 11 points. And if you go back to the daily chart, see, this is what traders aren't doing. They're not focusing on the, so just put into perspective what I'm doing with this whole gap trading idea. So check this out. SPCE, we're just going to focus on today's chart. Stock had a gap down, opened up lower than it previously closed. It filled the gap. You know, in the morning, it spiked back up, it filled the gap. And as you can see right here, this is where the gap fills. Once it filled that gap, it turned into a resistance level. So we call that a gap close reversal. The gap closes, stock has a reversal, and then it gets crushed, right? So combine what I just told you with that, now with the daily chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart. There's a gap that is waiting to fill at 40.26. And if you go back to yesterday, previous closing price 40.69. Today, the high of day is $41, right? So we have these two gap levels, and we also have this huge, so we have this two gap levels, key support level, right? We're talking from 41 all the way to 57 in just one single day from that gap. And then yesterday it drops 11 points. Guys, this is what you want to be trading. This is an absolute home run play. SPCE, man. Combining the intraday chart with the daily chart using the key gap levels, guys. Huge upside potential level is now turned into a huge downside potential level. You want to trade it both ways. So yeah, guys, that was SPC, guys. I'm telling you, that was the play of the day. Those put options are going to print. Let's just take a look and see how much puts are up on the day. So yeah, the puts are currently up 40 to 66%. By the end of the day, they'll most likely be up 150% on that. But yeah, guys, I am, in terms of MRIN, I still think it's going to hit $39 and fill that gap. For those of you who watch my previous video, not the one that I posted lastly, the one before that, I still think it's going to close this gap from right here, from $39. I still think it's going to get there. It's going to take time though, and it's a swing. But yeah, I'm no longer, in terms of my strategy, even if it correlates with it, guys, I'm going to try my best to avoid shorting this one, just because the momentum spikes this has. The momentum spikes, it spikes way too quickly. And you could get squeezed very hard on this particular one. So due to that reason, guys, it's very rare where I find something just crashing and that just instantly squeezes like this, especially when it's on a downtrend and correlates with the strategy. So due to that reason, I'm going to be staying away from it. So yeah, but in terms of, bulls being in control, they're definitely in control of the macro trade in terms of the swing trade side of the move. So yeah, guys, let me know if you see anything else in the chat. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm really going to be looking forward to doing this trade recap, especially on SPCE. So basically in terms of SPCE, my plan is to kind of hold it to the closing price. And what I'm expecting to happen is, guys, look at this. Look at these candlesticks. If you were short on this stock, even if you didn't get in towards the highs, these candles are closing at the lows. So if you kind of just held your short position till the closing price, you would be getting out basically at the low of day. And history tends to repeat itself. And I'm looking at these daily candles, and that's what I'm going to be focused on today, is just riding this one out. So yeah, in terms of SPCs, you can see my entry right there, 39.60. So I'm just going to ride this one out. So guys, let me know if you see anything. If not, I'm going to be wrapping up this stream. I don't overtrade. At most I'll make like 5 trades a week, 20 trades a month usually. And I'm not seeing anything else. We're here to trade the best setups at the best prices, here to make money, here to learn how these strategies work. And I'm just not seeing anything else. So yeah, guys, let me know. I've scanned through the biggest gainers. I look for stocks up 20% mainly. And then I'll look for plays like SPCE. But in terms of where my money is going to be at for today, it's going to be SPCE short and puts. So let me know. We got 13 people watching. If you guys have any questions, you want me to go over any stocks, just let me know. Once the chat starts dying out, I'm going to be ending the stream, because like I said, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. OSAT. So what I dislike about OSAT is the daily chart isn't telling me much. I don't like trading stocks that don't correlate with daily charts. In terms of the intraday chart, there's not too much to it. I think it's extremely dangerous to be trading this one, whether you're long or short. I am leaning more towards the short bias side, but it's way too dangerous to be touching this one, especially with its float and its current price action momentum. Overall, I'm bearish. I don't think you should be buying this one at all. It doesn't look good. It's extremely choppy. But even if you were to short it, it's not going to be an easy short, and this could squeeze easily. So yeah, I mean, this could roll either way. I'm more short biased, but I'm not going to be touching it. It's way too dangerous. SPC is the play, guys. I'm telling you, man. This, you got to think, like, it dropped 11 points yesterday. Like, there's so much more downside potential to come. It's only down 3 points on the day. Like, we could see another 7 points easily. It's going to get absolutely destroyed once it turns pre-market lows 36.82 into resistance level. But as you can see, guys, this is what you want to be in when you're short. It fills the gap, turns it into resistance level. Your new support is at 39.74. It can't even go back to 39.74, which means bears are in complete control. It's extremely weak. New resistance level, new lower highs at 39.39. Pre-market support at $39. Turn that into resistance, getting absolutely crushed. New support at 38.23. Turn that into resistance, new lows. Like, that's what you want to see. Previous support levels turning into new resistance levels. So yeah, guys, SPCE was the play. So I'm currently short on SPC. So yes, this is a short position. IMTE. Okay, so we have a nice little rip here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's just, IMT is just not my daily chart. It can have a nice little run if it could turn 575 into support. But this is just not my cup of tea. I would avoid this one. But yeah, guys, play of the day was SPCE. In terms of videos, you can expect a new video lesson coming. Okay, CARV. CARV, for this one, I'm going to be, yeah, this one I'm done with. It's headed back to where it came from. It's lost all steam, lost all momentum. When the momentum dies out like that, I'm not going to be trading it unless it's like a midterm swing trade. So yeah, I'm not interested into it. In terms of buying, I would wait towards this gap at 10.58. I'll set a price alert at or below $11 a share. I would wait for that gap to fill in terms of buying. So yeah, for that one, I would just wait for the gap to fill. But yeah, guys, in terms of videos, this week I'm going to be uploading a video lesson on the trades I made yesterday. In terms of yesterday, I had two trades on SGOC. So you can see right here these green triangles, that's where I'm buying. The red triangles, that's where I'm selling. So in terms of my entry was at 1650, 1670. And then in terms of selling, I sold seconds before it got halted on the downside at 2206. And then I ended up getting back in. I rebought this at 19, sold at 21. So it was a phenomenal trading opportunity. Made 8 points profit per share in total with 2 trades. So yeah, that definitely made my start of the week. But yeah, guys, any last questions, let me know. I'm going to be wrapping up the stream here shortly. So my price target for SPCE today is going to be towards $34, $33, $34 a share. All right, guys, BLIN's a gap fill play. Later on, this is going to be a good short. if this can fill the gap and turn 1223 into resistance. Key level as of now is going to be July 7th high, $10. If it can turn 10 into a support level, this is going to be a straight gap fill play to 12. Wow, guys, this is at a key level. So, guys, something just came up here. It looks like I'm not going to be leaving the stream as early as I thought here. $10 is going to be our key level. If it turns into resistance, more on the short bias side. If it turns into support, then I'm going to be on the long bias side. Honestly, though, I would, even if it turns 10 into, resistance level, I don't think I would short this just because it's so close to filling this gap towards 1223, and these gaps tend to fill. However, it's not a lot of risk in terms of shorting towards that, $10 level if you're using like a 20 to 50 cent stop, because there's huge downside potential. I just think though it's gonna be not ideal to short most likely. So far it's having a negative reaction. SPC, I'm not worried about the spike. I'm trying to hold this out towards the end of the day. Why are you quitting Instagram? So I'm not quitting Instagram. I'm just not going to be posting on there. It's just a waste of time. That's the main reason. The biggest waste of time for me recently was TikTok. I deleted that app. That's like the biggest time waster. But yeah, in terms of what I have to do with trading in my business right now, I have no interest in those. In terms of free social media and content, it's going to be all on YouTube, and then eventually I'm going to be relaunching the chat room, the program, stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to be focusing on making my private course and posting content on YouTube. So yeah, with social media, I'm just going to be focused on YouTube. CLNN. CLN, I wouldn't touch it. It's already crashed so much. Just avoid this one. Again, SPC, I'm not worried about temporary squeeze. I'm trying to hold this one out. My mental stop is towards 41. So what you need to understand about SPC is if it turns 41 to support, this is going to run. It's going to be extremely dangerous for shorts. So 41 is going to be that key level. All right, guys, let's see how BLIN reacts here, guys. BLIN is still strong. I would not underestimate this. Check this out. Previous resistance level, now support level, approaching highs. That's bullish. This is a sign of bullish. Yeah, guys, BLIN, top watch for a breakout here. I'm going to be buying if it could turn that key level. Let's see. This is going to be my top watch here. Yeah, it's still struggling towards that 990 level. Having a nice pullback here. Let's see. All right, so bears are still taking control. It's going to really start to come down if it turns 930 support, previous resistance, into an actual resistance level again. So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, it's just a 1 minute candle. Price action shifts quickly. All right, so the bears are taking control. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to be touching it. That's nice. It's big enough crash to not touch it. So yeah, BLIN was a flake as of now. VERB. It's not volatile enough for me. It's already towards daily highs. I wouldn't do anything with VERB, long or short. All right, so guys, this is going to be a very important level for a BLIN at 930 here. So this candlestick, this is a pretty bullish candlestick. However, it needs to turn this 930 into support. Otherwise, this is going back to low 8s today. As of now, it's failing. All right, guys, I'm currently focusing on BLIN here. See how it reacts. All right, it's attempting to form a new lower high here. Yeah, it's really struggling. That is not good. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be going to mid 8s here soon. That's not a good sign in terms of that candle. It's still trying to hold up though. Let's see. Yeah, guys, this is not looking good. It looks like it's gonna go back into the 8s. All right, guys, BLIN is not, it's not going to be a buy, guys. This is bearish. I'm not going to be shorting it. But as of now, this is not looking good. I mean, it's still trying to hold it up. Let's see. All right, guys, that's a wrap for BLIN. I've no interest in really buying this. It's just it's really struggling here. Forming new lower highs. It's trying so hard to hold this 930 level though. But yeah, it looks bearish. It looks short bias. I think you're gonna be heading back towards the 8s. If it can turn this 955 into a support, then it could really start to rip for a new high. But it's just not, it's not looking good. All right, so yeah, guys, this is I'm officially done with this one. That's a short bias. Most likely gonna be heading back into 8s. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna be calling it today. In terms of my passive trade, it's gonna be SPCE. Gonna try to ride this down to the close, expecting a weak close towards the lows around $34, $33. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything else. But yeah, guys, expect like 2 new videos this week. And I'll see you in the next stream. That's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in.